All right. Welcome back to the channel. So here we go. I was honestly wondering about this. This was an interesting trade to me now, or trade signing, whatever. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while now. Max Pacioretty and the Leafs. Now, the Leafs are apparently firmly in the mix for Max Pacioretty, which is very, very interesting. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought here, and obviously this comes with some risk. I like Max Pacioretty. Okay, he's a pretty good player. He's obviously aging. There's no doubt about that. But he is absolutely still a pretty decent player. But injuries have been pretty brutal for him lately. Now, he got about 23 points in 47 games, which is on pace for about a 40-point season if he were to have played 80 games. That would relatively replace what Tyler Bertuzzi gave the Leafs. That is okay production. Obviously, this guy has slowed down. Now, you never know. Sometimes you can get a veteran that slows down, but then he just kind of finds his old magic, and maybe he'll score even more than that. This is something I actually don't mind. Now, this is obviously depending on what they, how much they sign him for, right? Now, right now, it does look, I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but it looks like they have 1.275 mil cap space. So it would have to be around that. I mean, I think they can go a little bit over and make some trades around. I don't know what exactly Max Pacioretty would be looking for, but his projected cap hit, I don't know exactly what it would be, right? I mean, there is no doubt about this, though, that this absolutely does worry me. I mean, if we look back in 22-23, I almost couldn't believe it. He played like 5 games for the Hurricanes, but he actually scored 3 goals. This one, there's no doubt about it. With injuries, this one worries me, right? Now, he played 47 games last season, so that's like better than 5, but like, boy, oh boy. I mean, even if he only plays 47 games, you're going to have to really, really figure something else out there when you sign a player that's injured this much. Now, at the end of the day, this far in free agency, you're never going to be able to get a perfect solution. Like, any player that you sign is going to have flaws. Like, if it's, I don't know, Kubalik, if it's whoever is still available right now. Philip Zadina, I just made a video about Philip Zadina. You should watch that. It doesn't matter. There's going to be a flaw for whatever player that you sign right now. It just is what it is. So I would say if it is a 1-year deal at a reasonable cap hit, I absolutely do not mind this at all. 2 years ago, he was actually really, really, really good for the Knights. I believe he played like 3 or 4 seasons for them. And pretty much every year, he was like a 50, 60, around a point per game, relative point per game, top 6 player for them, right? Now, do I honestly think that this guy could find his magic? I'm pretty skeptical. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit skeptical of this one, because when you have a player like this, when they start declining, it worries you a little bit. And when a player starts declining and he is 35 years old, then you get extra worried. Trust me, I'm in my 30s. I know what it's like. When you start the decline, it does not stop. And then the question is the Leafs are already kind of a slow team. Like, I don't really think of them as a fast, speedy team, right? Then you have like Tanev and you have these guys. Like, they're going to be kind of like a slowish veteran team. Like, I still think they're going to be really good, but I don't know. This one worries me a little bit. Like, I don't mind it, though. It's not that I'm saying I wouldn't do it if I was the Leafs, because I was like, they're percolating with, quote, left-wing options out there. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, they have to sign somebody to at least try to replace Tyler Bertuzzi, right? Tyler Bertuzzi was pretty good for them, and I'm not trying to say that, he's better than Tyler Bertuzzi or something. He's not, but I do think that they have to do something. Like, you can't just bring Alex Nylander, and you need to bring some type of solidified guy that can score some points. Now let me bring this back to you. Should they sign Max Pacioretty or bring back JVR? You know what I mean? Like, that would be a very, very interesting one to me. You know, it's also going to be very weird to see Max Pacioretty, if he does sign. We don't know that yet. I'm just obviously talking about a rumor. We don't know whether he's going to sign or not, but, I mean, if he does sign, it will be really weird to watch a player that generally, obviously, you know, played a long time for the Canadians in a Leaf jersey. He'll probably try to sabotage them. You know, I'm not even really sure why Pacioretty even actually signed with the Capitals last year. Like, they weren't a very competitive team, so if he wants to compete for a cup every single year, then I don't really know why he ended up signing with them. Now, the Leafs are certainly better than the Capitals, although they have their own flaws and issues in the playoffs. I will not deny that. However, it would give him an opportunity to, you know, play in the playoffs. If adding him would really pump up the Leafs, you know, top six forwards, although they would still have issues on their center position, which worries me quite a bit. I mean, I'll still point to this all day, but David Camp, well, he's an okay player, and he might be able to play a little bit of third line. He worries me playing that high. I would want more depth there. You know, you got John Tavares, who's aging and slower. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a perfect signing, but again, I keep on going back to this. There's going to be no perfect signing. You're always going to get a player with some kind of flaws this late in free agency, right? Like, it just is what it is. You're going to get a player that just has some flaws. Now, of the options that are available, I think Kubalik is available, Zadina. You got guys like that who are decent. It's like, you know, would they rather sign Zadina? I mean, maybe they would rather sign Zadina. I mean, he's younger. He obviously has more potential. But Max Pacioretty is, he's a little bit higher. Like Max Pacioretty at his ceiling, if he just has one really good year, he definitely is better than Zadina. There's no doubt about that. Like, Zadina has never scored more than, I think, like 13 goals in the National Hockey League. And Max Pacioretty has been, like, even last year, he was on pace for about 40 points, right? Like, which I'm not saying is the end-all, the be-all, but that's, you know, middle six production, which is pretty decent, right? That's much, much better than you would think. Hey, listen, but either way, I'm going to leave this video here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right, whatever. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it, and have a great day.